What's up, y'all? That's right, I'm back. So, where have I been? Well, I've pretty much just been around. Yes, I dropped out of college, but it's all good, you know? I got a full-time job. I worked at Taco Bell for 6 months. And then, my older brother supposedly tested positive for COVID-19. I was out of work for about 3 weeks because of that, and Taco Bell has some very complicated corporate policies, and I just couldn't deal with them. So I found another job. I work up in Springdale, which is the gateway town to Zion National Park, obviously. And I work at this place called Stagecoach Grill. And it's a super nice place. I love it. I wash dishes. That's all I do, and I get $12 an hour, which isn't that bad. My issue with it now is they're really not getting a lot of business, and I'm not getting the amount of work I need. I'm not getting the hours, so I'm worried that I will have to leave that job, and I've only been there for a few weeks. I just barely got my first paycheck. It wasn't too bad, you know, just a little under 500 bucks for, you know, not too many hours. It's a good rate, but they don't give good enough hours. So, like, I don't think I can afford to stay there, especially considering that it's a 30-mile drive. I quite enjoy the drive. It's fun. Oh, and I bought a new car. Back when I was financially secure working at Taco Bell, I got a car loan on a 2005 Ford Mustang GT. I freaking love this thing. Here, get some video for you. You know, it's got 300 horsepower. It's a manual transmission. Sorry, it's a mess. I gotta clean it out. This stereo is actually like this. I believe this is a custom head unit. This is not what it comes with it, and I do not like it. For those of you who don't know, I have a Samsung Galaxy S10e. And this thing has radio, Apple CarPlay, and auxiliary. Except the auxiliary isn't a normal auxiliary. Basically, you plug a cord into this thing, and what I found is it is only compatible with iPhones. So it's radio, buy an iPhone, or buy an iPhone. Or I could just buy a new stereo system. I do love the stereo itself, though. It's really, really nice. Right, and I'm here listening to the radio. It's pretty good, right? I like it. I don't mind listening to the radio, but I prefer being able to use my Spotify and select my own music, you know? And unfortunately, that's not something that I can do in this because I don't have an iPhone. Although, speaking of iPhones, Apple just announced a bomb a few months ago, and it's out now. The new iPhone SE is only 350 bucks, and it's got the latest processor, a hella good camera, right? It's a really good deal. And I honestly feel like Apple themselves have lately, rather than being seen as this really premium, really high-end company, they've been trying to appeal to people who would traditionally buy Android, right? With this $350 brand new phone with the latest camera, latest processor that works like really good, right? And then also with iOS 14, where they finally announced widgets. That's right, guys, you can finally personalize iOS. Isn't that awesome? Like, Android has had that for 10 years. Apple has finally got it, and it's awesome. I love it. It's seamless. It's beautiful. So I might just be buying an iPhone, but it's actually cheaper to just buy a new stereo, I feel like, right? It's a $350 phone versus maybe $150 new head unit. And I know a guy, he's my dad, who can wire a new one in, and it would work really good. Also, you know, I recently joined the Manual Gearbox Preservation Society. Don't get me wrong, right? I've talked about this subject before. I do agree that electric is the future, but manual is amazing. It's just something, it's a way, in my opinion, of connecting with the car in a way that that you can't do otherwise with, you know, with automatic. And some car companies are bringing really, really weird new transmissions. Like, there's ones that are like a dial, and like, it's funny because you go to like turn up the AC or turn up the volume on your car or something, and you accidentally end up shifting gears. That's right. My problem with automatics is a lot of the time, instead of drive, I'll go into neutral, or instead of reverse, I'll go into neutral. I'm better at driving manual. I know not a lot of people can say that. I am better at driving the stick shift than I am at driving the automatic. And of course, if you're gonna buy a muscle car, it's gotta be a stick shift. Oh, she's also convertible. That's right, boys. Convertible. I am now outside. So, let's see, what else should I talk about? Oh yeah, let's talk about video games. So, back in December, Microsoft dropped a bomb with the Xbox Series X. And back in June, just 1 month ago, Sony dropped a bomb with the PlayStation 5. There's pros and cons to each. I love them both. I'm gonna be picking them both up, but I'm buying the PlayStation at launch just because I'm a PlayStation guy. I mean, like, I'm a PlayStation guy. Always have been, probably always will be. But, right, like, the Xbox has some really good games too. Like, Halo Infinite looks pretty good. The new Fable game, God, they've been waiting for a new Fable for 10 years. I can't believe it's finally here. There's the new, let's see, there's so many new awesome games, even some new IPs. But like, you still can't beat PlayStation. This window is so stupid, I have to get it checked out. Right, it's supposed to be automatic, but then it just goes right back down. I have to take it to the thing and get it fixed to the mechanical place. So the mechanical place, I'm so smart. The dealer has a maintenance shop that is essentially free because the purchase of my car came bundled with maintenance for like 1.5 years, something like that. Like 3 free oil changes, free checkups. I want to see if they can figure out what's wrong with this window, because it's really annoying when you're driving on the road. You're trying to roll up your window and it just goes right back down. So anyway, as I was saying, I prefer the PlayStation just because of the lineup. We've got the new Ratchet and Clank game. We've got Spider-Man Miles Morales, and those two alone are the best, right? Those two alone are standout. Godfall, Demon's Souls, so many awesome new games. And right, you can count on PlayStation also to always come up with new IPs every single generation, in addition to adding on to the old ones. We've got, so far already got God of War, Infamous, Last of Us. Last of Us 2 just came out. There's a new IP called Ghost of Tsushima, which is like the most popular, the best-selling PlayStation game, the best-selling game of this year, actually. And I think it's the best-selling PlayStation game in its first 3 days. It had a really good launch. Right, so PlayStation here, they're dropping bombs. And Microsoft, it seems, they're just dropping Halo, Gears of War, and Forza. And then, you know, they'll throw in a Fable. another issue I think people have with the Xbox is the fact that if you already own a high-end PC, there's no reason to buy one. So the hardware market for Microsoft gamers is really split between PC Master Race and, you know, Xbox plebs, right? But in reality, the Xbox is a really good alternative if you can't afford a PC, because a lot of high-end PCs will cost between $1,000, $1,500, even $2,000. You have to spend, or a lot of people will spend an extra $200, $300 every couple, maybe every year, maybe every few months, it depends. But they buy a lot in upgrades. And with consoles, you're gonna be guaranteed at least 6 or 7 years of really good quality gameplay, and as the years progress, it just gets better and better, right? Take the original Last of Us and compare it to The Last of Us 2. The original Last of Us was by far the best looking game on the PlayStation 3. It pushed those 200 I believe it was 268 gigaflops. It pushed them to the limit, let me tell you. That was an incredibly stunning game, right? Now you look at The Last of Us 2 and you're like, you know, the first Last of Us is kind of pathetic. So it just gets better over time. I was a little disappointed with the Halo Infinite trailer, just because while, don't get me wrong, it's probably going to be a great game. It's by far the largest world Halo has ever had. And I love playing Halo. That's one of the benefits of Xbox. Like I don't actually own an Xbox, and I don't actually own Halo, but I play Halo with my buddies on their Xbox, and it's so fun, right? But Infinite looks like it could have come out in 2007 on the PlayStation, or on the Xbox 360. Right? It is not that graphically advanced of a game. And when Microsoft is bragging about having 12 teraflops, the most powerful console of all time, they shouldn't really have an excuse to have, you know, mediocre looking games, at least in my opinion. So there's the issue I have with Microsoft. I'm really looking forward to testing out the PS5's new DualSense controller. I think it looks super cool, and I really want to go hands-on with it. Right, the new Xbox controller is okay, but it's like going from the PS2 controller to the PS3 controller. It's slightly better. Like it's got new features, like better rumble, things like that. It's got a share button. But for the most part, it's the same basic thing, right? The DualSense controller is a complete revamp, right? You thought DualShock 4 was a new thing, right? It was Sony's biggest redesign by far. DualSense is a whole new thing. It's and it's got things like haptic feedback and cool shit like that. And it seems super cool, right? Oh, another thing, I really need a haircut. You guys thought my hair was long back in January. I haven't gotten it cut yet. It's been 8 months since my last haircut. Yeah, so just pulling that out there. So what do you think? What's the better console? Should I buy an iPhone? Should I buy a new stereo? Should I quit my job? Should I get a new job? Just let me know in the comments. Let me know what else I should talk about. Give this video a like. If you could, subscribe to the channel. Maybe I can hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That was the goal back in January when I was growing like crazy. And I love each and every one of you guys. I'm so sorry for this break. But I'm back now, and I'm happy to be making videos for you again. Hopefully it'll be a daily thing, maybe every 2 or 3 days. It won't be every single day. But I will need you guys to give me some topics to talk about. Thanks for watching anyway. You guys have a great day. Peace out.